Right then guys, another couple of weeks have gone past, and where we left off, I was supposed to go and have a look at the Hyundai Getz. Well, I couldn't because only registered traders were allowed in to view the cars and I wasn't allowed in, so I couldn't go and have a look at it, and then because it was online only, I couldn't even go and bid on it. That's where we were at. Still, because of all this coronavirus business that's going on at the moment, they're still doing online only auctions, which means I'm still looking on there to see what they've got, but I can't actually go and bid on anything because I don't have a trade account with the auction site. Now, there is other places I can get the cars from, but given the prices, there's no money in it for me. Private places like Facebook, Gumtree, and even on eBay, if you're bidding, and then unless you know the best price to get it for in order to make money on, there's no point bidding on it. Plus, you have to go and see the car first before you even bid on it, especially if you're buying off eBay, because I think we all know the kind of stuff you get on eBay. So I've stuck to what I know, and that is all in an auction where the traders are getting rid of their old Part X's, which doesn't make the forecourt because they're not good enough for their forecourt. That is as simple as that. So there's nothing really that wrong with them. Sometimes there is, but someone who knows what they're doing will be able to spot that. This is simply a little guide on the cars that are available at the time of recording this, and the kind of values that they go for, and what you can resell them for, the kind of cars that I would choose based on this list. Now, I've only selected a few. They've got about 90 cars, and I obviously ain't going to go for them all. So, first one then, we got the Ford Kuga Titanium TDCi 2 litre. It's what's the year? Oh, it's a 2011 model. Typically, I'll start recording this. My battery's about to die. So we've got the Ford Kuga Titanium. There we go. When it's registered. Anything else? It says it ain't got a V5, I'm sure it has. MOT to the 4th of November. Service history none. I don't believe everything this says because I bought a car that said it had no service history and it had about 9 stamps. And this is the car itself. Not a bad one, but it's a bit out of my price range. Remember guys, I'm starting with a £400 budget, so this is well out. There's no way you're going to get that for £400. Basically, through the weeks, I will be, or months, however long it takes, buying cars, doing bits if they need doing to them, and then selling them on, and then hopefully get more and more profit, get my money back, plus a bit of profit to build up. So each time I buy a car will be a higher value I'll be able to spend, or more money I'll be able to spend on a car. So these are a bit out of my price range. Maybe I might be able to dig in a little bit into my pocket and put a little bit of extra to it if I need to, but yeah, these are well out of my price range. Now this car, you're looking at paying, or you want to look at paying if you want to make a good return on it, £2,950 to £3,250. This car doesn't look like it needs any work doing to it at all. Maybe a bit of a spruce up, bit of detailing, tidy, ready for your forecourt, and then set on. That is it. Resale price is between £4,150 and £4,590. I think the £4,590 is a big ask for a 9-year-old car. I mean, I know they hold their value and they are worth a little bit of money, but I think I'm pushing it a little bit. So 4,150 price range I would go for. Maybe take about 4,100, 4,000 150, something like that for it. But if I was to pay 3,200 for it, that's not a bad return. That's about £900 profit. So yeah, that is roughly based on the guides that I've got on the car's estimated value. There's a difference in there because it ranges on mileage and condition and stuff like that. It's grade, condition. Right, next car. This is a car that if I had the budget and I could bid on it, I definitely would. Even though I don't love these models of cars. I like the model they made after this. And yeah, don't slate me for this. It's got nothing to do with personal preference or choice or anything. Check this out. It's a Honda Jazz. Honda Jazz SE CVT. It's a 1.4, 55,000 miles on the clock. Oh yeah, they could go to 112,000, I think it was. Yeah, I think you might have saw that. So it's a 2006 model, so it's a Mark 1 Jazz. MOT'd until the 5th of the 11th, so that's my birthday. I'll be 35 on that day. It does have service history. Does it actually say? No. 2 old MOTs. You can get the whole car's history of MOTs, it doesn't matter. Here we go then. Oh, this is the Jazz. So there's a little couple of marks on that. I've got a can of Coke in the way. Let me just move it out of the way. There's a little ding there, from what you can see, and a little scuff on the bumper. I think a bit of a bumper respray, couple £100. Or if you're good enough, you can do it yourself if you've got the stuff. And that's it. And that is it. Just a bit of a tidy up. But like I said, it's just a bumper. That I wouldn't really worry about, that little ding. I mean, it's not even a ding. I mean, it's like this little spot that's like popped out on the car, and that's it. Taking a little bit of paint off, and that is it. The bumper, that's got a little bit there and a bit there on that side. So if you do the whole bumper, a couple £100 into it, tidy it up, and then set it on, job done. So yeah, the Honda Jazz. It's a 1.4. Sorry guys, the camera moves every time I come back to this angle. It moves because obviously I'm using the same camera. So it's a Honda Jazz 1.4 DSi SE CVT7. Now, how many bloody model numbers they've got to chuck in there? So its valuation, if you were to buy it as a trader or someone who's looking to make money on the car, 1,620 to 1,850 pound. Again, I'm quite surprised, but it's a Honda Jazz and they tend to hold their value more than I thought they were going to. I thought, yeah, this is definitely in my budget. Less than £1,000. It ain't. It ain't. So unfortunately that is out of my budget, but if I had the money for it, that is the car that I definitely have. That is a car I would be placing a bid on. Why do you say? Because it's easy money. There is a bit of money in it. Fair bit of money considering the age of the car. Is because of the car it is as well. And it only needs a little bit of a touch up on the bumper, and they sell quite easily. It's a little hatchback. It's a Honda, good reliable engine, good reliable car. It has a bad rep, we know that. It has a rep for old people, but old people have the money and they will probably buy that car. It's an automatic. It's an automatic as well. I've just noticed. I didn't even realise. I just saw it on the dashboard. The DRNL. I mean, it says in that. Yeah. So the automatic shifts. So yeah, it's an automatic, but perfect for an old person. So yeah, those are the prices that you look at paying for: 1,620 to 1,850. On the resale market, I don't get these valuations. Parker's have actually given me a valuation of 1,295, but that's based on a higher mileage car. This has only got 55,000 miles. So if it had, I think they ranged at about 100,000 to 120,000 miles, which has got well under that. So the top end, based on this accurate mileage, that's 55,000 miles, is £2,600. £2,600. If you get that for £1,620, you've got £1,000 there to play with. A couple of £100 into getting that bumper resprayed. Job done. Even if you do end up paying the 1,850, couple of £100 into it, so your total is £2,050 you've spent on the car. You've got about £550 profit to make on it. But we all know you'd put the price up for 2,600, but expect about 2,500 for it. That's what I always say. I always go for the market up for the higher end, and then work your way down based on sales. But like I say, it should take 45 to 55 days to sell a car. If you have got the car and you've been trying to sell it for the last 2 or 3 months, then it's probably best to do something about the valuation of that car, or even go and check it. There's plenty of sites you can go and check valuations of the cars, and which is how I get these valuations, so I'm not making these up. On to the next car then, a bit more rarer. I haven't actually seen these, and I haven't actually seen these cars on the road for a long time. It's not an old car though. It's a Renault Laguna 2010, so it's a 2010 model Renault Laguna. It's a 2-litre DCI diesel, but it's a TomTom edition, the sat-nav company. So it's got what's that built-in sat-nav? Right, so as I say, it's a 2010 Renault Laguna TomTom edition, 2 litre. It's only got 102,000 miles on it for a 10-year-old diesel, which is pretty good. It's not a bad car. It has got, and then we come up with that little ding there on the arch, and according to this chart there is scratches, dents, chips, cracked, torn. Okay, where's that? There. Where the hell is that then? This is on the A pillar. I don't know. But it's not a car that I'd probably bid on anyway. But as a car I was looking at for the money. So there you go. Right. So based on its valuation, it's not a bad car. It's actually the cheapest out of the 3 so far, valued at £1,260 to £1,315. Not much in it. Based on across a couple of valuations that I've got, and a few valuations I've got of different sites that give me valuations, they're the prices that I've got, the top end and the bottom end prices. Resale price then is £1,735 to £2,340. Now if you're looking at paying the top end of its trade valuation of £1,315, I'd probably start off by trying to get the £2,340 price, and to be honest, get that dent out of the arch, give it a bit of a tidy up and a clean. It's not a bad car. And it's definitely a car that looks like it's worth over £2,000, so I would go for that. On to the next car, and this is my budget car. This is the car that's within my budget, just about, maybe a little bit over if I go for the top end price. It is, and it's also a car that this is what I'm really gutted about, because if I could bid on this car, if I could go down there and have a look and bid on the car, this is the car I will be bidding on. It's like my screen's flashing at me because I've only got a couple of minutes of video left. So it's a 2009 Vauxhall Corsa design, The only thing I'm not too happy about is its mileage. It's 125,000 miles for a petrol car, so it's a bit, but it's the way you can get it cheaper, and you can also sell it on cheaper as well, and it's also a car that would sell because it's a car that people want to buy. So Vauxhall Corsa design, 1.4 hatchback, 125,000 miles petrol. It's a 2009 model. Let me just scroll that down. It's only got one key, so it says it's got no service history. I don't know until I actually get the car if it actually does. Sometimes it says no service history, and then when they do the auction, they say, oh, it's got service history. And they go, well, the listing says it doesn't. Half leather, and this is a car. It's not a bad car. I don't understand what's going on there. It's got a flat tyre. Either the tyre's gone on it, or it's just flat and it needs pumping up. I don't know if that camera can pick that up, but look at the back and look at the front. There's a little spot of rust there, which literally looks like surface rust. It might not even be that bad. Interior, like you see, half leather. It needs a clean. Most of the cars that go through auction do need a clean. They're not looked after. They are Part X's, and this is actually a Part X car itself, from Go Credit. And that's another bad bit. I think that's not bad at all. I can't see any raised bit on it. It really looks like it just needs T cutting off. But I would have to have a look at it. Obviously you can't go by that. And a bit of damage on the actual V of the Vauxhall emblem. But yeah, that is probably a bit I would have to have a look at. That does look like it is raised, and there's some rust underneath a bit of paint there as well. It's not showing, a little bit of scuff on the bumper there, so that was needed attention. Right, so the Vauxhall Corsa. It's 1.4i, 16 valve design. The valuation of this car, trade wise, if I was going to pay trade prices, is between £270 and £750. So top end is £750. My budget is £400, so it's within my price range. The resale valuation is between £1,140 and £1,155, so there's only £15 difference in there, so there's not much leeway. Maximum £1,155, and knowing what the public are going to be like, they're looking about, they want the car for about £1,000. And you know, if you're looking at paying £750 for the car, that's £350 profit you'd make, and that's just by flipping the car. That's not investing any money into sorting out the rust problem of the car, depending how bad the rust problem is. So it's a bit of a one. If I was to buy that, then I would definitely go and view the car before even bidding on it to see how bad that rust problem is on it. If it's something that I could just pretty much wipe off, then yeah. But I don't like doing that. I would want to do the job properly. If it's got rust, it's going to get worse. And I wouldn't want to sell a car to someone knowing there's some rust hidden there somewhere, without being honest to them. You know, if it's not worth investing money into sorting out that rust problem, then you just say that there's a little bit of rust there, and that's it. Knock the car's valuation down because of the rust, and sell it on, make the buyer aware, and then move the car on. So you have to bear in mind when you take, obviously, with the higher end valuations and say that, oh, okay, I'm going to put the car up for £1,150, for example. Bear in mind, people always haggle to knock you down. So you're looking at probably £1,050 to £1,000 to £1,050 that someone would actually probably haggle you down in price. So you then got to work out how much the repairs are going to cost, and if it's actually worth eating into your profit margin just to get rid of a bit of rust, or just tell the buyer in the first place and no issue. But yes, that is going to wrap up this video. I'm not going to do any more videos, and I can't bid on the car. So my tips for those, if I had the money wasn't an option. Out of the 4 cars, I'd go for the Honda Jazz, because that is the car I reckon would sell the quickest, based on its valuation and based on the type of car it is. Obviously you've got Ford Cougar. They sell. Trust me, those cars sell. They put the C-Max out of production. So they, C-Max and S-Max, out of production. So those cars do sell. Renault Laguna, if someone's looking for that type of car, then it would sell. But I think that would be the hardest car to sell out of the out of the 4. But being within my budget would be the Vauxhall Corsa I would go for. There's also another Renault Megane there, which is in my budget. I don't really want another Renault Megane, I've just had one. And there's also a Citroen Zara Picasso. I don't even think people really buy them anymore, but yeah. And I don't think it's worth anything really, looking at the valuation of it. I haven't even looked into it because I wasn't even looking at it. It hasn't even got a valuation, so God knows. And yeah, like I said, the Renault Megane, which was in my budget. So there was a choice out of cars that were actually in my budget I can afford and actually buy was the Vauxhall Corsa, the Renault Megane Dynamique. So it's a Dynamique, not the Extreme model. The Dynamique I just don't like. I don't like the look of it. It's all like browny. It's all like a creamy brown colour, and all the interiors like that as well. And it's the Extreme is definitely the model, but they're just not worth as much as the Dynamiques. The Dynamiques are definitely worth more money. And the Citroen Zara Picasso Desire 2. It's not too bad. It's got 93,000 miles. It's a petrol as well. So, but I don't think those cars really sell anymore. They used to, but I don't think they sell anymore. So yeah, my choice, the Honda Jazz. If money was no object, out of those 4 cars, and the Vauxhall Corsa, if I'm keeping within budget. So hopefully you guys have seen and enjoyed these range of cars that I've been going through throughout this whole video. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and a share. And if you are new to the channel and new to these videos, we're new as well. We haven't done that many videos. We've done one little car which we're flipping. Well, we flipped. I'm also working on my Ford Focus project car, which I'm not filming because I've done all the work before I even started filming this series. So there's no point me filming it now because all I'm doing is just cleaning it up ready for an MOT. There's no point filming that. So we are basically looking for the next project car. We did the Renault Megane, 2007 Renault Megane, which basically wasn't really a project. It was a car to flip. So we had the money to go towards a project and a car that we need to work on this channel. So it's not all just about buying cars, selling them, and then making a bit of money, and then going, look how much money I made. It's about buying the cars, doing any work that needs done to it, and then selling them on. It's mainly, the channel is about like the working on the cars rather than just the buying and the selling of the cars. But it's all as one package, a bit like Wheeler Dealers. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. In the next video will be the actual car that I'm actually going to buy. Okay, I'm going to, when this online business is finished and I can actually go and have a look at the cars and actually bid on the cars live right there, then I'll start recording again. This whole video has just been about the cars that I've been looking at, that they've been selling over the past couple of months, that I'm actually interested in buying and what I would buy, to give you guys an insight on kind of cars to look for, what you should be paying for them, and what they kind of sell for. And that is it, little tip. So if you've got any comments, anything that you want to see on this channel, anything that you're not happy with, or any feedback, please leave your comments in the comment section down below. I don't mind, as long as it's not abusive or aggressive. Constructive feedback I haven't got a problem with. But yeah, please let me know what you think to the videos so far in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't, don't hit the thumbs down button. Just write a little comment to let me know what you're not happy about, what you think I can do better. And yeah, don't forget to hit that share button as well. Get more people watching these videos. And like I said, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell beside it to get notified as to when we upload more videos. And the next video we will be doing the next car. That, I promise you, that video will be, I will be getting a car. You will see me looking at it, going to have a look at the actual car and actually bidding on the car. I probably won't film the bidding on the car because there's people around and I don't have permission to film in the premises and with other people, so I won't be filming for privacy reasons. It would be nice to, but no, due to privacy reasons I won't be filming in there. But hopefully if I win the car, but we'll see what comes up. That could be in months to come. I'm still waiting to when they actually open the doors for us to come back in again. So until the next video, take care, look after yourselves, and hopefully see you guys in the next video when we will actually name the next project car, Project 2, on the channel. It's just called Project 2 at the moment because I have no idea what car it'll be, but you'll find out in the next video, so stay tuned for that. So until then, take care guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video for Project 2.